they have pure stands of planted Robinia pseudoacacia, which is black locust, and it was planted for nature, for timber, firewood, etc. Down the line. And what they want to do is go into and it's a very species poor plantation. It's rows of black locust and hardly anything growing underneath it. What is growing underneath it for grasses are dominated by annual ryegrass, which is one of the more common hay grasses that they're using over there for livestock feed. And so what we're doing is interacting with that black locust plantation to open it up, disturb the ground layer as much as if a fire had gone through and exposed bare mineral soil, reestablish a mixed pasture of native plants, and then with the additional sunlight opened up, reestablish the wood pasture, the oak plant community wood pasture on that property. What's fascinating, just a couple of weeks ago was the first time I actually got to look at this book here, Drawdown by Paul Hawken. What's fascinating about this is he goes through all these different techniques by which we can take carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. And what I found really fascinating, and Paul Hawken's no slouch, he's on his game as far as doing the research is concerned. Two things that he came up with are some of the highest levels of carbon sequestered from the atmosphere. Two different techniques. One was silvopasture, and it's also in combination with the cost of implementation. In order to implement this, it's very cost effective, and if done right, we can convert a property to a silvopasture system. Look at the picture there, lightly wooded with grass underneath. We can actually take carbon out of the atmosphere quickly with grass stored in the soil, in the roots, and we can take it all long term with the trees. We get the double whammy of both. And if we install the system using food trees, we're growing food for humans on the trees, food for the animals in the grass. The animals are reducing grass competition with the trees, adding fertilizer to it. They're part of the nutrient cycle. So this actually can be accomplished at a net profit. And then the other one, the two of these together were the top techniques, most cost-effective and most physically effective method of drawing carbon out of the atmosphere. And the other one is, this one is multi-strata agroforestry. And all I would do is I'd just combine silvopasture and multi-strata agroforestry. I'd do multi-strata agroforestry silvopasture and use the animals to take care of the maintenance in the alleys. So if you guys are interested in this book, has all different kinds of techniques in it. It's short on practical lessons. It's basically a coffee table book for people who aren't actually living the lifestyle but want to support techniques and be somewhat knowledgeable about how to discuss things. Well, wood pasture is what the Western Europeans call savanna. Lightly wooded, 30 to 60% canopy, and it is historically what Europe looked like. These are pictures from modern day Europe, mostly from Netherlands and Germany, these pictures. And this is kind of the look that we're going to. I would like personally to see a lot more multi-story in here and even more trees instead of so open. But these are some traditional, this is a traditional European type agriculture. And we know that it's a traditional agricultural pattern because we've seen it in artwork zillions of times. All the different animals are included in it: poultry and horses and sheep and hogs and cattle, and we've seen it in art. These are paintings by the Dutch masters. This is what the Netherlands looked like and has looked like for probably thousands of years, and much of Europe did as well. There was plenty of wood for fuel because once upon a time that's what